What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Showcase Sundays. If you don't already know, Showcase Sundays is a weekly series where you guys submit your best gameplays and I show them off for everyone to see. This particular gameplay right here is by Cross116. As always, I'll have all of his information down in the underbar so you guys can go check all that out. And this week I actually have 3 gameplays, just like last week, and we're sticking to a theme again. Last week the theme was infected MOABs, and this week the theme is a really awesome domination gameplay. This one right here, this first one, is a pretty awesome domination gameplay on the map Bootleg, and he ends up getting a MOAB, which is really cool. The setup that he's using is pretty interesting. It's something that I haven't really seen before. He's actually using the support killstreak setup, which is pretty unique for MOAB. Most people like to use a specialist bonus, including myself. I'm more of a specialist bonus kind of person, but the setup that he's using is actually really awesome, and it works really well for him. He's got the UAV and the ballistic vest, so he's kind of being a team player, but also both of those things benefit himself, because the UAV with the special or with the support kill streaks rather, basically you can just keep spamming the UAVs over and over again, and you're constantly gonna know where the enemy is spawning. And with the ballistic vest, you see right here, he already has a ballistic vest on. But once again, you just keep spamming ballistic vests down, and every time you lose a ballistic vest, as long as you put a new one down, you can just keep getting it over and over again. So it's a great strategy to get a MOAB, and it's a very defensive way to get a MOAB. It's a very good way to protect yourself and also be a team player as well. And see right here, this is the area that he's going to stay in through most of this game. Bootleg is one of those maps you can spawn trap pretty well, and normally most people like to spawn trap with the A flag, but his team actually does a really good job of spawn trapping on the B flag, and essentially all of the enemies are going to spawn way in the back behind the B flag, essentially where he's shooting right now, and it's actually going to work out really well. This is a pretty quick gameplay. It's only about 6 minutes long from start to finish. This team does a great job of holding down the A and C flags and keeping everyone at B. That's one thing to keep in mind when you're going for a domination MOAB. You really have to have a competent team that's able to essentially spawn trap, keep 2 flags captured, and keep 1 available for the enemy to make sure that they keep spawning over and over and over again. Because if you have a team that can't capture a flag or can't hold down flags very well or are constantly messing up the spawns, it's going to mess you up. The spawns are going to catch up to you, and you're going to end up with people spawning behind you, in front of you. You're not going to know where to go or where the people are, and it's just very difficult. I know a lot of people are really interested in getting all three flags captured and essentially winning the game as quickly as possible, but if you want to go for a MOAB, if you want to go for big kill streaks, stuff like that, it's almost better to just kind of work on capturing 2 out of the 3 flags and staying out of the 3rd flag area, making sure all the enemies spawn over there, and you'll have a pretty fun time and a pretty easy game with just securing 2 out of the 3 flags. See right here, he's starting to get a little bit cautious because he's coming up on the big kill streaks now, and he's up there 15-16 right now, and he's getting a little nervous because the spawns are kind of getting messed up. You see a couple people on his team right now are kind of behind the B flag. They're messing up the spawns, and you see right here the team is actually trying to capture the A flag, the enemy team, and that's one thing that I want to mention as well. When you're trying to spawn trap like this, it's really bad if you have teammates running in and messing up the spawn that you have trapped, the flag that you have trapped. So you need to stay as far away from the flag and the spawn area as possible, or stuff like that will happen. Will end up spawning behind you when you actually have the flag, and they're kind of supposed to spawn where they have the flag. And one thing I do want to mention as well, using the ACR, which is my personal favorite assault rifle. The ACR is a phenomenal MOAB gun, especially when you have a map like this where you have long lines of sight. It's really awesome, and he plays it really well. One thing I do want to mention as well, as far as his perks go, I don't know all 3 that he's using. I can tell from the beginning of this game he's using scavenger, which is definitely necessary when going for a MOAB, especially with an assault rifle. Gotta have as much ammo as you possibly can, but he's also using hardline, I believe, which is a pretty good strategy as well, because as you see right there, every second assist counts as a kill, and when you're going for a MOAB, you could be 1 away, and if you get an assist, you can get the MOAB. So hardline is definitely really good to have if you're not worried about assassin or anything like that, and if you're not running the specialist bonus like he is. So right about here, he switches out to his secondary. He's getting a little nervous because he's out of ammo on his primary. His secondary is the silenced MP9. You guys all know that is my favorite secondary. It's pretty much primary in itself. You could probably get a MOAB just by using the silenced MP9. It's a great secondary, and he's playing really defensively right now. He's making sure that the A flag is staying on his side and unsecured by the enemy, and right here he ends up backing out because he's actually 1 kill away from the MOAB, and I would be hauling ass out of there too if I was getting shot at, because 1 away from the MOAB is scary, especially when all of a sudden the spawns switch like this and you're kind of stuck. But he plays it patient, and he ends up getting the MOAB right there, which is really awesome, and gets a chance to call it in. And I think right here he had to go tell someone he was really excited because he just kind of stops playing. But either way, gets the MOAB, gets to call it in, and a really awesome gameplay with a really interesting setup. This is kind of the first time that I've seen a setup like this. I've seen a few people use UAVs and constantly get the assault UAV. Every 3rd kill they get a UAV, so the UAVs are constantly up and you know where everyone is. But this is actually a pretty good setup. The ballistic vest really does help a lot. And in certain situations when you're going for the MOAB, having a ballistic vest down could be the difference between a life and death, essentially. So this gameplay is coming to a close right here, just about 30 seconds left into it. Hit that thumbs up button for Cross116, a great gameplay, a great MOAB. Really happy that he submitted it. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Hit that subscribe button for future Call of Duty videos, and if you're interested in having your video, your gameplay showcased on Showcase Sunday, send me a message either here or on Twitter or on Xbox, and just let me know what you got, and you will most likely be featured on Showcase Sunday. So like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hit the thumbs up button again for Cross116. Like I said, if you have a gameplay that you want featured on my channel, let me know however you can, and I'll see you guys later.